Hey guys, welcome back to Play Retro. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Javi, and in today's video, I'd like to show you guys how to flash the newly updated stock operating system just released by Anbernic. This firmware is dated for December 21st, 2023. And this is their most recent update for the RG35XX Plus. I already made a tutorial on my channel, and I've given you guys two methods, but those two methods have quickly grown outdated. There's been like 3 updates since, and I feel like it's finally gotten better to the point where I can recommend this newly released update. So I'm gonna put on screen some of the benefits of this firmware along with the other changes from the other previous updates. So things like Dreamcast, PSP, Naomi, you can switch the D-pad and the joystick by pressing the power button. I've also heard they fixed the sleep. They've increased the Wi-Fi password character limit to 40 characters. Before it was very limited, I think, to 16. They've also added an app section with a lot of nice things. You can also set the LED light indicator to on or off during sleep, whatever you prefer. You can also use the Stylus in the Drastic emulator for Nintendo DS, so that's handy as well. So and overall, across many platforms, emulation has gotten better. So I actually want to show you some of that stuff on screen real quick. First, I'll go into the settings. And let me show you we are actually on this version right here. So there you can see RG35XX Plus 2023 December 21st. Okay, you can see they've cleaned up the settings menu. It's a little bit smaller now. In network settings, now we have Bluetooth together with Wi-Fi and Moonlight. They've changed the text for button sound to on and off now, so it's a little bit more easy to understand instead of open and close. In clearing record, now you can clear your history, your favorites, and core association. And here they kind of put this into like a folder. And here is that LED light indicator for sleep, which is this right here. So when you go into your sleep mode, it is on right now. But if you turn this to off, and now when I press it, the light is off. So that is nice if you find the light annoying. A couple nice things. I have also heard that the sleep function has been improved a lot. You're gonna drain a lot less battery while using sleep mode. I have to still do some testing myself. And then let me show you one of those features I said, like pressing the button to change it on Dreamcast. So I actually have a game favorited just for this example. So this game is called Metropolis Street Racer for Dreamcast. Okay guys, let's lower this a little bit. So this game is a perfect example of a game that if you don't have analog map to D-pad, you can't play it without changing the controls. So if you press, this works, but the D-pad doesn't. So now Anbernic has made it so you just press the power button one time and that switches it. And now when you press it, it's not honking anymore. And now let me show you that again. I'll turn it off. And it's back to the horns. And this is set to cameras. And then press it again. And now we can actually play the game. So this is pretty cool. I really like that Anbernic is doing this. And this is not just for Dreamcast. Originally they just did it for PSP, but now they did it for Dreamcast, Naomi. So that's pretty good. It's just a really good quality of life change. Also, I have heard Dreamcast emulation has been improved. I don't know how true that is. I still have to do some testing, but I just wanted to show you that real quick. As well as that, from the old updates, you still have all the pluses of the old update. Like for example, when you go into the RetroArch menu, the text is a lot more legible now, which is really nice. I believe this is also a more updated version of RetroArch. You also have this neat app section. You can turn off bezels. You can go into night mode for RetroArch, so you can lower the screen brightness even more if you like. You have a quick shutdown now, where you press the power button and it will shut down instantly. You have other things like changed a vertical arcade rotation, so instead of going this way, you can go this way. So here we have the Pokemon Platinum, right? If you're a person you love to play DS games, you can press this now. Press the power, and you have stylus control with your D-pad, which is awesome. You can also switch screens. There we go, we are on the bottom screen. If you have to do DS stuff, you can click on the screen and all that. Pretty cool. Little handy feature, you press it again, and now you're back to regular controls. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the drastic menu is still tiny. That's something I want them to update, but you know, one step at a time. Now, without further ado, I'm gonna show you how you can actually do this. Let's start with what you'll need. So you might need your stock SD card if you want the games and stuff from the stock SD card. Okay, you're gonna need a micro SD card reader. You're going to need 2 micro SD cards. So you're gonna need one for your operating system. I'm recommending this one right here, a 32 gigabyte branded card, either SanDisk or Samsung, and then one for your games. So the smallest capacity I recommend is 64. I'm using here for this example 128. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on the computer.
Okay guys, so welcome to my computer. So let's start with some preparation. Here I have everything we'll need. As I mentioned before, you're gonna need 2 micro SD cards. You can do one if you really want to. In this video, we're gonna do a 2 card setup because I think that's ideal for most people. So you need one 32 gig for your OS, and you're gonna need another at least 64 gigs for games. And then of course your micro SD card reader. And then as for programs, you're gonna need 3 programs. You're gonna need MiniTool Partition Wizard, you're gonna need Rufus, and you're gonna need 7-zip. Okay. Again, I will provide links for all this stuff in the description below, so you guys don't have to worry about that looking for it. And then I'm gonna give you two images. They're basically the same. This is the one directly from Anbernic, and this one is a modified version of this one that just cleans it up a little bit and makes the size a little bit smaller. So a user on Reddit goes by the name, I'm gonna butcher this, Tom Duhamel, and this kind person has created a modified version of the latest RG35XX plus stock image. So he's taken off basically like 10 gigs of wasted space, and then this one has no ROMs partition at all. So this is important because the system will only read ROMs from your second card, and then that way there's no annoying menu in between asking you which card for where your games are. So all your games are strictly going to be on your second card. So in my opinion, this image is actually better than the one we get from Anbernic, but for the people that don't trust modified images, I will have this one as well. So you can go ahead and use my Mega. I will provide links for both of these. I've uploaded both versions here onto my Mega. As soon as you download them, they will be compressed. You'll use so as soon as you download them, they'll look like this. So you have this one and this one. One of them is going to be .rar, and one of them is going to be .7-zip. So all you're going to do is make sure you have 7-zip installed. You're going to right click it, and you're going to go to 7-zip, and then just hit extract here. Okay, and then once you get that image, I just want you to grab it from wherever it is. You can filter here by the type you need. In this case, it would be like image, if that makes it easier to find the ISO. And I just want you to move it over here to your desktop, and just do that for whichever one you decide to choose. You can go with the official one from Anbernic, or you can go with the modified image that has a couple improvements. So as soon as you have that, so go ahead and insert your SD card into your computer, and then I want you to go into your MiniTool Partition Wizard, and your SD card may look something like this. If it's not FAT32, what I want you to do is just delete this partition and then hit apply, and then you're going to create, and then when it says file system right here, I want you to go to FAT32 and just press OK. So that's really important. You really want to format the SD card to FAT32, and that's going to be for both SD cards, for your operating system and also for your games. Okay, you can close out of this for now, and then you want to go into Rufus, and this is super easy. Make sure you're on the correct SD card right here. So So you can see here is D. I only have this inserted to my PC, so I know it's this one. And now we want to select the image file, the ISO. So mine are located on the desktop, so you can see them here. I have another ISO for my own custom image. For this example, I will be using this one, RG35XX Plus. This is the modified image. Go ahead and open that, and all you have to do here is just press start. It's going to give you a warning. It says all data on device will be destroyed. To continue operation, click OK. Just press OK. So give it a second to do its thing. So quickly, I just want to show you the size differences between these two. If you look at them side by side, the one from Anbernic is actually about almost 15 gigs, and the modified version is about 6 gigs. So there's a lot of wasted space on the Anbernic version. So it's just something to know. If you end up using this one, this is going to take a little bit longer to flash versus this one. Okay. Okay, so this thing's finally done. We got a little error message, but that's fine. We can close Rufus for now. And now I want to show you what this image actually looks like. I'm going to go into MiniTool Partition Wizard, and this is what your image is going to look like. You'll notice there's absolutely no ROMs partition. Okay, if you choose the modified image, and this is exactly what you want. This is perfect. Quit out of this, and now you can safely eject your SD card. Okay, so now we're doing SD card number 2 for your ROMs and your games. So when you insert this into your PC and you go into your MiniTool Partition Wizard, you'll notice your SD card may look like something like this. So I want you to take this, and I want you to delete the partition, press apply, yes. Okay, and now you want to right click, create. Again, we're going to do FAT32. The drive letter, ideally you want to change it. I like G for games, or you can use R for ROMs, whatever you want. Okay, and now we're ready to go. So now you can safely eject your second SD card.
Okay, so you finished flashing the stock OS onto your 32 gigabyte SD card, and you've also formatted your other SD card to FAT32. So now all you're going to want to do is take the smaller SD card, and then in here you'll see TF1 INT, insert it this way. Okay, and the second one, same thing. You're going to put this one on the bottom into TF1 external. This is where your games will go. Okay, and now you want to power this thing on. Okay, and once you got this powered on, you'll notice this is going to be empty, and that's on purpose. Okay, so all we're basically doing now is allowing the system to create the necessary folders in our ROMs partition. So from here, as soon as you powered it on, you can just turn it off. Sticker's coming off. So yeah, when you see the LED light turn off, you're safe to take out the TF2. And now we're gonna put this back in the computer.
Okay, so we are back on the computer. I've just inserted my games SD card back in my computer, the 128 gigabyte micro SD. And now you'll notice you'll have 2 folders in here. One is gonna be labeled ROMs and another labeled save. Okay, you can go into your ROMs here, and inside you will find all your systems, and this is where you're gonna put all your games. Right here, you can also add your BIOS files. So you want to create a folder called BIOS. It's not case sensitive, so it doesn't matter how you type it. So you want to take your stock SD card and just copy all those BIOS files. Okay, so it should look something like this, and then inside you'll find all your BIOS files. Okay, now we're gonna do the games. I've already have everything ready. I can literally just copy this entire folder in here. But if you're doing systems by one, I do want to show you what that's gonna look like. Let's take, for example, GBA. You want to make sure all your games are unzipped, so they're like this. .gbas. Okay. This is what your games list should look like. So no folders, no zip files, just games. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy all that real quick. Okay, so this thing finally finished. So now you're pretty much done. You can just safely eject this. And now let's get off the computer.
Okay, so you've safely ejected your SD card. Now put that back into your TF2 external slot. And let's get this booted up. And there you have it. There's all your games. Now you can just check if everything's in here. And of course we have to do a little test game. And there you have it, guys. It's that easy. That's how you flash the updated stock OS. And now that you finished this part, I want you to go ahead and get yourself a little beverage. For all your hard work. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. This time I wanted to do a 2-card setup because I know last time I did a single card setup. So whichever image you decide to get, both are good. But like as you can see on the modified one, you don't get that in-between screen to ask you where do you want to see your games, on TF1 or TF2. So this one, in my opinion, this one's a little bit better. But you can do whatever you want. So yeah, if this video helped you out, definitely consider dropping a like. Subscribe for more content. I'm trying to drop at least maybe 1 or 2 videos a week. Let me know in the comment section below what videos you guys would like to see on the channel. Definitely leave your video recommendations in the channel. I read every single comment. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys would like out of the next update from Anbernic. Let's voice our opinions so they can hear us, and hopefully they give us what we want. I personally would like to see Bluetooth audio. As always, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.